Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for this special training, the Facebook Funnel Strategy to book out your coaching calendar. This is a system that works. It's a system that's based on proven results, and it's officially fluff free. So this is not the typical stuff that you will find in coaching programs. These are all action-based items. So let me start the presentation here and we will get going. Okay, awesome. So my promise to you in 30 minutes or less, I'm going to try and talk quickly, build a funnel that gets bookings while you sleep. So you will see the exact funnel that works right now for my clients to get them bookings around the clock. I'm going to show you how to attract clients that are eager to talk to you and a system to weed out low quality leads. So you're a coach or you're a consultant and you need sales calls. This is going to be how you get them. I'm also going to show you how to identify and focus on business tasks that actually make you money, plus how to quickly build a warm audience if you're starting from zero, which many of you might be. Who is this for? So coaches, consultants, and online personalities who offer one-to-one coaching spaces. So if you have programs for one-to-one coaching that are approximately 2.5K and above, or if you have a high-ticket coaching program, so you're working with multiple people at the same time, maybe doing a weekly Zoom call or that type of thing for a high-ticket program of about 2.5K and above, this is also for you, as you'll definitely want to have sales calls to make sure that the people in the program are the right type of people. In theory, you're definitely looking to stand out in a sea of entrepreneurs. So if you're here, I'm guessing you are a coach, you're looking to get eyeballs on your offer, and you're struggling with that. You're probably frustrated with the slow pace of organic growth, and we're going to really pull that apart actually during this presentation. You're fed up that the traditional hacks that you've been sold, things like go and post in Facebook groups, offer helpful solutions to get one-to-one clients, are really inflated promises, and this is a guarantee. It was just 2 weeks ago, I saw some presentation by a marketer who said that going into Facebook groups and posting there is a really great way to get clients. I'm thinking, okay, maybe 7 years ago that was a good way to get clients, but nowadays it's a recipe for insanity because the growth is so slow and the Facebook groups are so saturated by other coaches also looking for clients. So this presentation is primarily for coaches who are disenchanted with those marketing promises that are just not working anymore, or maybe never worked from the first place. You need success, like yesterday, you were hoping that your business would just launch and get off to a smooth start, and things haven't exactly been like you expected, because ultimately, it's the easiest time in the world to start an online business. I mean, anybody can start a business nowadays. There's ultimate resources, podcasts, all kinds of, materials for free for how to start your business, but it also means that the competition is overwhelming. You're tired of the hustle, so you're tired of putting together a whole bunch of different pieces that don't seem to be resulting in sales. So maybe you're burning the candle at both the ends. You're doing blog posts, you're doing posts on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you're doing Facebook Lives. Maybe you're doing a whole mishmash of a million things, and it's just not translating to sales. And I am going to show you why and how to change that quickly. So who am I and why do I have any authority whatsoever to talk to you about this? I'm Sarah, owner of Sarah May Ives, a marketing agency, mother, wife, health nut, foodie. That picture there is me in my first business, 2011. I started a raw food business, hoping to strike it big, make $1 million. Of course, that didn't happen. So I've been a serial entrepreneur since 2011, and that's my family. More recently, a couple of years ago, apple picking at the log cabin. I'm based in Canada. I made every mistake possible when I started my first business. So it was a raw food business. I did a blend of coaching. I said blend, and there's a blender there, so no pun intended. But I offered one-on-one coaching sessions, plus I had raw food classes on a weekly basis. I went into $30,000 of business debt because when I started my business, it just wasn't getting the traction that I imagined. So I've trained as a researcher. I worked in hospital research for years. When I had my son in 2009, it suddenly struck me that my type of life, my lifestyle with my job, working, 45 hours a week, traveling an additional 7 or 8 hours per week to get to and from work, really wasn't the perfect lifestyle with a young child. And at that time, I was also going through a divorce. And obviously, without the support of my husband at that time, I really felt the strong pressure to make serious money. But it went the other way. So I was working as a researcher and doing my business, burning the candle at both ends, made all the mistakes in the book. I did have some successful, though. We had a really great and vibrant raw food community. As a result of my business, we had monthly potlucks, weekly classes as well. So things really, I did get some traction, but it just never came into full fruition. I was never able to quit my job. I was exhausted. When this happened, though, I wrote a program called Teach Your Own Green Smoothie Class, and this was the segue in 2016, where I finally realized that teaching people about their businesses was really what I was best at, and that's where I segued into this current business, where I have a full service Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and a funnel agency for coaches and online personalities. These are just a couple of the amazing case studies that we have. I have a couple of others in the printing room right now. One being an online coach who worked with us, still works with us actually, made $24K in 60 days. We did some massive fixes to her existing funnel that just wasn't performing, including bringing down her cost per lead from over $9 to $2, getting $2 webinar opt-ins, and increasing the booked calls that she had. And she had a return on ad spend, that ROAS, of 9.6. I have another life coach that we work with, again, currently still, who made $45K in 30 days. She was able to make a tremendous impact in a short amount of time with the exact strategy that I'm going to show you today. Also on our client roster, we have some wonderful people that we work with, a 7-figure real estate coach. So I'm really proud of how far we've come and the amazing clients that we're working with today. And I thank you for joining me for this presentation. So let's talk about the problems that you're having right now as a coach. First and foremost, I believe that as coaches, we're sold these myths from a very early stage. And let's quickly review what these myths are. The number one business myth that I heard when I was growing my business is how long it takes to become a success. So if you haven't heard this quote, then you've been hiding under a rock. But it usually will say that it takes about 7 to 10 years to be an overnight success. At that time when I was really struggling with my business, and I really struggled for 5 years, it really eased my worries when I heard this, because I thought, you know what I'm going through is normal. It's okay that I'm taking such a long time to become successful. Truth? Not at all. In fact, it's plain silly, as I like to say now. In fact, it's just a bomb for worried souls. It just makes you feel better that you're not making any progress. The reality is that when you put the proper pieces into action, success will come much, much faster. When I finally threw up my arms in 2016 and decided to pay somebody to show me exactly how to make it work, I was successful in less than 6 months. And that is no exaggeration in any way, shape, or form. It just helped me to focus on exactly what made me money by basically working with a mentor. Business myth number 2, people won't buy from me unless. So I see so many coaches wasting their precious time on things like a website, the perfect logo design, getting business cards, getting multiple certifications, taking another marketing program, all types of stuff, fancy equipment. And this was me to a T. I wasted so much time on all this stuff because, let's face it, those programs that I was consuming, this is the stuff that they were telling us to focus on. I mean, you take Marie Forleo's B School, she's got a massive module on your website. Truth be told, a website can be a huge distraction at the beginning. So this puts coaches into eternal prep mode, where they're always in a state of preparation and they're hustling, but they're not focusing on the tasks that actually bring home the dollars to pay your bills and to get you on vacations or stuff like that, stuff that you're really dreaming about. Business myth number 3, getting clients is easy. I hear this all the time on coaching programs. Even recently I've heard some coaches say, it's actually relatively easy to get one-to-one clients, and that's how you should start out your coaching business. Excuse me, there's a grain of truth to this. It maybe worked 5 years ago. This day and age, getting someone on the phone with you is no easy feat. It is difficult. And I'm going to show you a recipe today to get clients on the phone with you for much cheaper than you would expect. But when people say, getting one-to-one clients on the phone is easy, without giving them the tools to do so, it leaves a lot of people disenchanted with the advice that they heard from that coaching program. Business myth number 4, organic business growth is king. This is one of the most pervasive myths in the coaching space right now online in so many of the groups, is that organic business growth is somehow better. That if you say something like, I built my business on referrals alone, it's like a badge of honor, and that, we're immediately filled with jealousy and like, oh my God, how did she do that? It's so amazing. Obviously, it's a testament to how fantastic this person is because they just blew up without, any paid advertising. This myth is just such a sham, because if you look at the most successful businesses in the world, like Nike, AT&T, I mean, all those massive companies are putting millions, if not billions, collectively into advertising every year. And why do they do it? Because it works. I don't think that Nike or another big, who's another one, like Bell here in Canada is a massive telecom company. They're not going to rely on organic business growth and hope that referrals will be responsible for their success. So I've learned to really see through the veil of that. When people say to me, I built my business on referrals alone, I know what that really means. It means that they struggle month to month to know if their clients are going to renew their contracts. They're going to struggle to know if they can pay their mortgage the next month. They never know what's going to come their way because it's inconsistent. I'm going to show you a system to make it very consistent. So these organic growth ingredients that were sold is doing a mishmash of a million things. And this is a comprehensive list, but these are all things that I did for my first business. So getting multiple certifications. I actually flew out to San Francisco and paid nearly $20,000 to be certified as a raw food chef. Not one person asked me for my certification after I started my business. I took more than that too. I was certified as a health coach and more and more and more. Perfect website. You want to have email marketing. You want to do blog content at minimum 2 times a week, 3 times is better, they'll tell you. Social media posts multiple times per day on various channels. So you're going to do Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Why don't you throw in a hit YouTube show or podcast? Get some publications with some amazing publishers. Now, this sounds like a joke, but literally did all of this for my first business. And this is what a lot of programs now are pushing, like do all these things. Appearances at conferences, trade shows, national TV. I kid you not, you can go onto YouTube and Google me, and you'll see that I was doing smoothie demonstrations on national TV across Canada, hoping that that would bring me sales, and it did not. This is a structure that is broken, but it's still being sold on so many coaching programs. The hard way business belief. So essentially that once you do all these things, if you're constantly hustling like crazy, you're going to wait for the clients to come. They'll just somehow appear. And I still hear this today. Programs are still teaching this now, and it's appalling because they're teaching to do all these hustling things and not focusing on what's actually going to make you money. It's unsustainable and burns you out before you even have a chance at success. It's a shame. Here's the easy way, and this is what's going to make you money and make you a success and give you that dream life that you have been dreaming of. I wouldn't have thought this was possible even just a few years ago, but here I sit right now working from home. I have a business that's humming in the background with a team that's helping me. It is more than possible. The easy way are these 3 things. So list building with a freebie, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more in a second, having a funnel, and then doing ads. These are the 3 pieces that will bring everything together and help you focus in a way that you haven't focused before on your business. Secret number 1, growing your email list is so crucial. I'm guessing that you've heard this before, but I'm also guessing that you may not know why it's so important. In fact, you'll hear a lot of people these days talking about bots or how email lists is kind of on the going the way of the dodo. Only 20% of people are opening your emails. Yes, that's true. That being said, when you're advertising, you need an email list like you really need an email list, because even if people aren't opening your emails, you are going to upload those people as a custom audience in your Facebook ads manager and then target them with an ad. Your email list is worth a lot of money. Excuse me. So you're going to develop 2 to 3 freebies. Here's another common mistake that my clients will come to me with, or my potential clients. They'll say, well, I've got one freebie. I'm going to put, they don't say this out loud, but they're going to put all their eggs in one basket, that one freebie, and hope that that freebie is the ticket to their success. Ultimately, I say, no, absolutely not. First of all, we want to take your one freebie. We want to throw several $100s at it, test it out to multiple audience, test out the messaging. And then if that still converts highly, then we'll flip to the second freebie. So I always say to my potential clients or clients, come to me with 2 to 3 freebies that address your client's struggles. If you need to do research for your freebies, say that you're more at the beginning. So if you've already been doing this for many years and you sort of know those core issues that people come to you with, you already have the content that it takes to build your freebie. What I would ask you to do is, if you're just starting out, imagine or dissect the stuff that you talk about with your friends. Like, say, for example, you're a romance coach. I'm guessing that you're going to talk to friends about, romance. So what you can do is get out a piece of paper, whether or not you know who you deal with or whether or not you're just starting out, get out that piece of paper and write down those top 10 questions that your potential clients are going to ask you. And those questions are going to be the core content that you are always going to educate about. That's the content that you want to put into your freebies. You want to make sure that the copy is bang on. And this is where some people flounder with the copywriting. If you're not a naturally good copywriter, I urge you to not waste time with copywriting. Hire someone to do your copywriting. It will pay back over and over. You want to make sure that your freebie solves a problem. So make sure that it's relatively short and consumable. A PDF or a checklist still work fine. I actually had someone say to me yesterday that PDFs or downloads are not working anymore. And I said to them, really? Because I have a lot of clients right now that are using freebies that are converting at $1 a lead or less in one case, although that is rare. But definitely freebies still work. Okay, so you want to be able to demonstrate quickly that you understand the problems and that you've got a recipe to solve their problem, and then they're going to be a devoted fan. They're going to be interested in learning more from you. Step number 2, once you've got that freebie, you want to build a funnel for your freebie and a funnel for your bookings. So not only are they going to be able to download your freebie, they're going to also be taken to a page where they can actually book on the spot with you. It's fantastic. Now, people come to me and say, I have a funnel, and often they don't. They maybe have a couple of the ingredients, but they actually don't have a funnel, or they think that their website is their funnel. Your website is packed full with distractions, right? It's got the menu at the top, maybe an about page, testimonials page, program page. You've got links to social media, maybe some blog posts. Your website is very different from a funnel. A funnel is a distraction-free series of pages that take your clients from A, B to C. You are going to essentially tell them what to do. And I'm going to tell you right now what that funnel should look like. And I'll quickly mention that for funnels, I like to use ClickFunnels or Kartra. ClickFunnels is a little bit more expensive. Kartra's a new competitor that's also offering a very good solution because they include the email marketing in that. So basically on that opt-in page, you're going to put the freebie title. If you need help with a freebie title, just Google something like BuzzFeed headlines. You'll see the ingredients to put together a really kick-ass headline for your freebie. Then you're going to put 3 to 4 bullet points of why they should opt into that freebie. And then on the thank you page, here, I'll show you the little breakdown here. They're going to see an invitation to book a call. And then if they click the button, book a call, it takes them to the qualifying form. So the qualifying form is where you're going to embed a form like you can use Cognito forms or Woofu forms, put together, 7 or 8 questions that ask them the important considerations for working with them. So for my form, for example, I have the name, email, phone number, so I can call them. I ask them what they're struggling with, what they want to achieve, if they've tried ads before, if they have money to invest, because these are questions that you want to ask people before hopping on the call with them. It also helps you to do a little research before you hop on the call with them, so you can actually, hit the ground running on your call. And then once they fill in that form, it redirects them. There's a little place where you can redirect them to the next page in your funnel, which would be your calendar, so they can select a time. And once they confirm that, that's it, bam, you've got that sales call. It goes to another thank you page that is pixeled as a complete registration, so they know that, okay, the call is in, and that's it. So that's what your funnel will look like. It starts with the ad, goes to your opt-in page, invites them to a call, has a qualifying form, calendar, and sales call. And this is working amazingly well for so many of my clients. Another note here, you don't just want to leave it to the funnel by itself. Obviously, you need those ads. So not only are they going to opt in, then you're going to retarget them with a different level of ads. So maybe you're going to retarget them with some of your Facebook Lives, retarget them with an invitation to book a sales call. So even if they opted into your freebie, maybe they didn't book a call right away, they're going to get an invitation from you in their news feed to book a call. You also want to have an email sequence in place. So for all our clients, when we're doing our funnel builds, we put together a comprehensive email sequence that really familiarizes your new lead with who you are and the solution you offer. There is a specific proven structure that I use for this email sequence. It usually starts out with an invitation to, ask you a question or tell them about your biggest struggle. And then it draws you into what we call a soap opera sequence story that will tell your story in a way that's completely relevant to them. So these are the ingredients of what work. As you can see right now, these are probably strategies that you haven't heard before, or you haven't seen them assembled in this way, because a lot of coaching programs will talk about various aspects in isolation and doesn't tie them all together and show you the total picture for how this stuff works. Step 3, you've got to advertise. So you're going to run multiple ads to your freebie funnel. As I mentioned before, a lot of people will say to me, oh, I put $50 in, I boosted a post for $100 and it didn't get any traction, and Facebook ads don't work for me. I'm sorry, but that just is not the truth. That's not how it works. You have to do ample retargeting. So in addition to having those top of funnel ads that are going out to a cold audience, what we do for all our clients is put in a comprehensive stacked ads funnel where they see one ad at the beginning of your funnel. They're going to see a different ad once they opt in. Then they're going to see a different ad on days 3 to 4, and maybe another piece of content, all types of different pieces of content over those first 30 days. So it essentially builds a relationship with your client while you sleep, and you can get bookings while you sleep. And this is not marketing fluff while you sleep. This is reality when you're doing this system, when you're doing a system that works. So here's a caveat. A lot of coaches will say to me, okay, I understand that advertising to a warm audience is cheaper, but I don't even have a warm audience. I barely have, 50 likes on my page. That's totally fine. The hack that we use right now that is working tremendously well is strategically using Facebook Lives to purchase your warm audience data from Facebook. So for the first 2 to 3 months of doing ads, you have to shift your mindset around what it is you're paying for. You're essentially paying Facebook to collect data on the people that are enjoying your stuff, that are consuming your content. So I get all my coaches to commit to at least 6 to 8 Facebook Lives strategically over a period of 4 to 6 weeks. And what we do is promote those Facebook Lives out to various audiences and test the messaging. We test which topics are the ones that people really love. And this is the really important data that will be instrumental when it comes to building your freebie funnel. And it's best done in advance, about 2 to 3 months in advance. People usually think, okay, I'm going to start advertising right before my program is available. And that's just not the way it works. The sooner you start, the better. Okay, so if I modeled this properly, so over the last 20 minutes, I showed you, actually 24 minutes, so I got to hurry up. We're going to book out your coaching calendar with these 3 simple ingredients. It really comes down to list building with a freebie or more than one freebie, building a funnel, and having Facebook and Instagram ads to advertise with. So today I promised that you would see the funnel that gets bookings while you sleep. You've seen the structure, you know how to do it. I've told you the software that I like, ClickFunnels or Kartra I recommend. I've told you how to attract clients that are eager to talk to you. So not only will they opt into your freebie, but you're going to feed them more ads, retargeting ads that go out to them over the span of 30 to 45 days. I've shown you the way to weed out low quality leads with a qualifying form. I've also showed you how to identify and focus on the business tasks that actually make you money. So that's your freebie, your funnel, and your ads. I also showed you how to quickly build a warm audience with Facebook Lives if you're starting out from zero. And in terms of the topics for those Facebook Lives, those are again going to be the same topics that I talked to you about at the very beginning. When you get that piece of paper, write down the top 10 questions that people ask you. Those are going to be the content, the meat of the content on your Facebook Lives. And you can split test ways to message it, talk about it, what context to provide for people through doing those Facebook Lives. This is a full process, so it does take a few months. It's going to work though. This will get you more data than all of the other stuff that you've been taught. When we onboard a new client, we have a full A to Z process of auditing the existing business assets that you have, the current messaging, email lists, posts that you currently have. We then, after we meet with you for that first blueprint session, we do audience research, we do detailed direct response copywriting and messaging. I put the money signs there because that's really what's going to make you the money, is being very knowing the exact pulse of your ideal client and the struggles that they're going through. Even take this webinar as an example. At the beginning of the webinar, I really dug deep with what you're struggling with right now, with how difficult it is to stand out, how frustrating it is to try and get people to look at your offer. So the more detailed you are, the better. In some cases, when clients come to me and say, I don't really know who's going to, respond to my stuff, that's okay too. I use a method that was taught to me by my mentor called rapid fire testing. Now, this is something that we would do before a funnel build in the case that we're trying to figure out what that ideal client or who that ideal client will be. And what we do is we'll chart it all out in an Excel file, put together 3 ideal client avatars, the associated messaging, custom build some ads to each of those avatars, and then do 1 week of rapid fire testing. And within a week, bam, we will know who is going to respond to your offerings the best based on the data from the Facebook ads. Then what we'll do is build that funnel design. It's often the funnel that I've just shown to you here, but it is completely customized with the exact copywriting, with your personality, with what you offer, and we'll pull in the exact people that you want to work with. Then we do that full campaign setup and the stacked ads funnel. So that's a whole funnel of ads in your ads manager. That we do this by pixeling your funnel. So one of the more technical aspects of building a funnel is you want to make sure that it's pixeled, and that allows us to do that stacked ads funnel. So we also install the pixel ourselves, and the pixel is obviously Facebook data. There's new and emerging tagging, advanced tracking systems for tags that Google uses and other search engines. So we also will put, and it's called schema, and we put schema on all of our clients' funnels as well. So we're not just relying on the pixel data, but also that advanced tracking. We like to establish that baseline for your ads within a week, and then we continue with testing, tweaking, and optimizing so that you can get sales. Excuse me. Okay, all DIY habits die hard. So as coaches, we're sold this lie that organic is somehow better. We're sold the lie that it's relatively that it's better essentially to grow organically, and that is just not true. Through that, I think we have this mindset that doing it ourselves is somehow better and hustling is somehow better. We're also taught that advertising is an expense at best and then desperate, or kind of what scummy, icky people do, and that is just such a lie, because as we've already covered, the most successful companies in the world advertise 24/7. They never stop. So at this point, you've got a choice. So you stayed with me for 30 minutes, and I appreciate you so much, and thank you so much. You can keep writing this solo and do it yourself. The secrets in this presentation work. They do take time. What I learned in my years and years of going into business is that, or attempting to have a successful business, is that once I actually invested in someone's expertise, so that was in 2016, I just threw up my arms and said, I am sick sick of guessing. I just want someone to lay it out to me, A, B, and D. Here's what I need to do to be successful. And that's when it worked. I invested $13K to join a mastermind, and they literally gave me the recipe to success. And I have never looked back since. And now I have surpassed my income as a researcher over and over. I have never looked back, and I don't miss it at all. I love working from home, and I love having a team, and I love the clients I work with. So we have set aside some time that if you're interested, we can talk to you about the principles that I taught in this presentation today. And if you're at that stage where you're ready to apply it to your business, and if you're here, I am guessing that you are ready. Most people are ready way before they think. I always like to say start before you're ready, because if you wait until you're ready, you're going to really delay it by a long time, if ever. It's totally free as well as pressure free. And it's pressure free because I don't want to work with anybody either. And it's just an exploratory session so that we can help you implement the stuff you learned today. Even if we don't decide to work together, I can promise you, you will still get tremendous value. Why I'm doing this? Well, ultimately because I want to help you get total clarity around your ads and the funnel that should work for your business, but ultimately because I've got spaces available right now. I have 2 client spaces available in my agency, and if we chat and feel like it's a good fit, then we will invite you to become one of our new clients that we'll take on this month. It's simple. The benefits of our agency is our specialty is getting coaches results. As you see by our case studies and from my personal story, I know the coaching niche inside out. I can spot the bullshit quickly. All of our processes and team are geared towards coaches. I live, breathe coaching. I love working with coaches because I know the potential. We've been there, done that, and figured out what works. The drawbacks, obviously, I can't help you if you're not a coach or online consultant personality. That being said, if you do have an e-com business or you're looking for more direct lead generation for, lawyers or dentists, I do belong to a mastermind of advertisers, and I would be more than happy to hook you up with someone who is amazing at what they do. So don't hesitate to reach out. Also can't help you if you don't have something to sell. I'm guessing if you're here, though, you do. And I can't help you if you see marketing as an expense. So if you're able to make that leap with your mindset and see marketing as an investment, as an expense, then please book a call with us. If you're also looking to triple your salary with little work, then it's probably not going to work, because I won't lie to you, those first 2 to 3 months are intensive. The thing that will change for you massively, though, is you're going to be working with me and my team, your chief kind of marketing officers, and we're going to tell you exactly what to focus on, exactly what type of videos to create that will work. It's also not the right fit if you are broke or maxed out. Unfortunately, it does take money to make money. So you do need that investment for those first couple of months. You need to be able to invest in Facebook ads and be in a panic-free zone where it's not going to, break you if you don't make that money back, although most people do. Absolutely, you don't want to be in that pressured space, because then it's never fun. Looking for a plug-and-play system. Obviously, what we're doing is a highly customized funnel build and ad strategy for you. So this is really something that's not kind of a plug-and-play where you can just expect it to work from day one. We make massive modifications with you. We work to crack your funnel so that you can be the success that you really dreamed of. So you can book your free strategy call right now by clicking the button below. Here's something I always teach to my clients and that I abide by all the time. I hate fake scarcity. And in the entrepreneurial space, it is rife with fake scarcity. Like, book now, it's ending, you only have a day less, and if you go back a week later and put a different email into that person's funnel, you're going to get the same series of emails. The scarcity I always use is genuine. And here's the truth. We only take calls when we have an agency space open. So we don't lie to you about that and say, book now, book now. That's the genuine truth. Right now, we do have 2 spaces open, but these calls will only continue for as long as it takes for us to fill up those spaces. And then typically we only have a few intakes per year where we have these new spaces open. So I really encourage you to hop on a call with us. Would love to hear what you thought of this presentation and kind of brainstorm with you about those next steps. sincerely hope that this presentation helped you tremendously and was much better than tons of the fluff that you've been fed and are constantly being fed from multiple places. I hope that it helped you get that clarity that you need. So I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I would love to hear from you and wish you tremendous success.